Happy lunch hour, guys. Okay, so it's Tuesday, and I'm gonna throw one out there at you to think about here for a little bit. We pretty much have all heard all the talks about depopulation. Oh, there's too many people on the face of the earth, blah blah blah. We can't feed them all. We can't write all that crap. All right. Have you ever thought of how this is going to be accomplished? And I'll remind you of, I don't know, say the 1940s and the master race. Remember that? Okay. For those of us that weren't alive to see it, we've certainly heard about it in TV, movies, books, for those that still read them, and anywhere else. And the entire world was disgusted by the idea, and hence we had World War II and Nazi Germany was defeated. Okay. Well, never say that the elites don't learn from their past mistakes. And this time they're just doing it a lot more subtly. Okay? I'll give you this as an idea. All right. If you take a look, Kamala Harris's comments yesterday, one of the issues we have in the United States is too many women get pregnant. Congratulations, as long as you didn't say too many childbirthing people. Okay, maybe she actually realizes that only women get pregnant. But beside the point, all right? But it's a problem that people get pregnant in the United States, according to our illustrious vice president. Well, let's take a look at something here, okay? The percentage of men to women in the United States. There are 97, just short of 98 men per 100 females in the United States. 50.52% women to 49.48% men. Pretty well balanced. Okay. Then you start looking at some of the other countries around the world that, depending on the issues they have. All right. South America. People coming across the southern border primarily from South and Central America. If you take all of Latin America combined, and so say South America, Central America, the Caribbean, the whole nine yards, 51% female, 49% male. Pretty equal. Okay. So that covers the Americas. I didn't look up Canada. I'm assuming Canada is pretty much the same as the US, thereabouts. Okay. Then you look at countries that have fallen lately, okay, by population. Let's take a look at Russia, okay, and we can look at all the former Soviet republics, okay. Look at Ukraine, look at Armenia, look at Belarus, yada yada yada. There are 86.8 men per 100 women. Latvia's 84.8, Ukraine's 86.3, Armenia's 86.5, and Belarus is also 86.8. So of the majority of the former Soviet republics, Russia has the most men compared to women. Now, I will give you the big reason why. World War II still has a lot to do with that because the men were decimated in the country, and the population of Russia has literally been cut in half in the last 60 years or so. Okay, just telling you. So here we're looking at significantly less men to women. So what does that mean? The men, I'm not trying to sound sexist here, have their choice of women. Okay. Then you look at the other side of the fence. Let's take a look at China. Now, in 1980, China established their one-child policy. Okay, families were only allowed to have one child because, oh my God, China's getting too populated. Now, what wound up happening was people were aborting females. because they wanted the male offspring to carry on the family name. In 2016, China got rid of its one-child policy. Whether you know that or not, okay? The population in China right now is 51.29% men, 48.71% women. Okay? More men than women. I also looked at India, which was the second largest populated country in the world. And I found conflicting stories. I found that in 2020, there were 108 men per 100 women, and then in 2022, you now had slightly more women than men. Okay, so India is staying somewhat balanced. So China is the outlier here. All this talk of all these countries having, we've got to depopulate, women being pregnant is a problem. China is increasing their population. They want people to have more kids. Going back to master race, all right? There was an article that was done by the Brookings Institute. Probably heard of them. A couple of years ago. This was and I'll link this below. Whoever leads in artificial intelligence in 2030 will rule the world until 2100. Or 2100. There you go. Let's think about this. Most of the innovation, technological innovation, comes from the United States. Where's most of it built? China. Think about your iPhone, okay? Technology was created, discovered, whatever you want to talk about, in the US, and now everything's built in China, all right? You think about what China's doing. China is, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. China takes the technology we make here, copies it, and then manipulates it so it works for them, okay? I don't know, you can call it an iPhone, you can call it a spy phone, whatever you want to call it. We've all heard those stories. Your TV's watching you, your phone is watching you, your car is watching you, your refrigerator is watching you, whatever, right? Because there's all these back doors in there. Why do the elites want depopulation? Well, everybody thinks that, hey, humans are going to be less necessary. Take an auto plant, for example, where you used to have guys on the assembly line putting the car together. Now it's all robots, right? Don't need those auto workers anymore. We don't need. So now what do they wind up? They're useless eaters. Ever heard that term before? So we have a world, especially here in the United States, a lot in Europe, the Western world, is placating the Chinese so the Chinese can take over the world. Not bad for a country that was a third world country 50 years ago, right? This is the problem. China is increasing its population while the rest of the countries in the world are being told to decrease their population. What does that lead to? Well, that leads to China easily being able to just go, we want your country. Steamroll right over. We're taking everything. Let's look at what's going on. China's buying up farmland. China's buying up countries. China's buying up real estate. China's buying up water rights. China's buying all of North Africa. The Chinese are methodically taking over the world. And we have Western leaders helping them. Oh, let's make it easier for Chinese investment. No, it's not Chinese investment, it's Chinese theft, okay? They are stealing. Think about just buying the property that they buy in the United States, okay? Every acre of land that the Chinese buy in the United States is one less acre of land you can buy in the United States. Why do I say that? Try being an American and go buy land in China. You can't. Okay? We are selling our souls to the Chinese. You hear me joke all the time if the Chinese come over. Two reasons I'm leaving the house. The forest goes on fire, the Chinese come over the hill. Those are literally the only worries I have. It ain't going to be Russia. It's going to be China. And all this 1970s Cold War crap that you keep hearing out of Washington, Russia, Russia, Russia. Okay. No, Trump had it right. The one to worry about is China. Artificial intelligence is what they plan on using to take us over. If they have the manpower, if they have the technology to build the robots, to have artificial intelligence, to have drones in the sky to watch over you and do whatever, that's how it's coming. All right? It's not going to be tanks coming down your street, guys. It's going to be done by artificial intelligence. That's how they're going to plan on taking over. The more they convince the rest of the world to depopulate while they are increasing their population, sure stinks like 1939 to me. Don't know about you, but I ain't learning to speak Mandarin anytime soon. Pinball out.